It's your boy Lamar Space, and we are back. It's been a while, but this is Space Station Conversations, and we are here. I let my guy introduce himself.
What's up, man? It's your boy Shawtown, Coach Shaw, if you want to call me that for short. From saying straight out of Allentown, from saying just here to grow. You know what I'm saying? Grow. From saying grow along with my man. From saying he helped me, put me on the platform, and from saying we just here to take off for sure.
Yes, sir. We're here to talk about the Only the Thorough AAU basketball program located south side of Allentown, my home, his home. We both have our roots here. I definitely remember you from the Rose days, you hooping up and all that.
Yep, exactly.
What you been up to since then, man?
Shit, man, just working, bro. If I'm not working, I'm dedicating my life to this, bro. Honestly,
that's
like
what I love to
it's night
see.
and day, man. Like I'm up till 3 in the morning trying to figure stuff out for this program. I'm waking up as early as 5 in the morning, getting to work. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't work, I'm here, man. That's all I do. It's my life.
All right, I love that. I love that.
Word.
So, what's the namesake come from? Only the Thorough.
So when I first thought of the name, OTF, Only the Family, right? So I thought of something like that. I was like, yo, I want it to be something like that. I didn't want it to be too long. I didn't want it to be too short. I want it to be abbreviated, something along with that area. So when I thought of Thorough, if you're not from Philly or you don't be in Philly, Thorough means real in Philly, right? So how I applied it was only the thorough, only the real, only real ballers, right? I want real competitors in my program. If there's, because now I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Nowadays, there be people who don't really care about that. They treat hooping like an aesthetic. You get what I'm saying? They just want to say that they're a hooper. You get what I'm saying? So when I want thorough hoopers, I want real hoopers. I want people who really want to compete, really want to go to the next level, and really want to see themselves, prosper and get out of here. I want them to all be better than me. So that's pretty much where the name originated from.
Okay, you're pretty young. I want to say early, getting into mid-20s, right?
No, I'm actually 27, brother.
27?
Yeah,
Okay, shit, word.
yeah, 27.
Okay, even still, a lot of people might be like, you're 27. What made you want to dedicate your time at this age to this program?
Honestly, man, because I ain't have it growing up myself. I'll say that. Like, I played AAU. I definitely did, but never to a degree where, like, I really treat these kids like they my family, right? So, when I growing up, I ain't have the older brothers, the older sisters to really look out for me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the perfect way to bring people together is within sports, right? And I'm big on basketball. So my thing was I want to be able to help the younger generation grow to be better than what I am today, but how can I do that? How can I apply it to something that I'm familiar with? Basketball. Everyone loves basketball. So I just wanted to, like I said, bring everyone together into a program that I really care for the kids, because nowadays people treat AAU like a scam. They'll take your money and they'll run off with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that.
You gonna definitely get into that for sure. Definitely get into that. So might as well get into it now. So a lot of conversation and like with like the Matt Barnes of the world, Gilbert Arenas, Club 520, they talk about the AAU circuit and how it's a money grab these days. It's a lot of the traditions of the grassroots basketball movement have been lost upon the internet culture. Coaches want to be in the spotlight, want to be all in video, want to be on court, want to not necessarily giving back to the players.
Exactly.
Speak on your perspective, because while we may be local now, I'm sure through all levels of AAU, things might be the same.
For sure. So how I see, so basically, what exactly are you asking me? Just to make sure I'm answering the question correctly. What are we asking?
Pretty much, how much corruption do you believe is within the AAU?
Oh, okay, for sure. So I'll start it off like this. With my program, we charge the exact dollar amount, right? I'm not gonna speak on nothing or nobody,
of course,
but
not.
When I was talking to another program about partnering up together, they had told me that they wanted me to start the pricing damn near close to $1,000. When you look at the pricing that I got for my program, like I said, we charge the exact dollar amount, and that's nothing near 500. It's probably close to 500, but it's a little lower than that. But that's the exact dollar amount. People will really tell you it costs this much, but it really costs this much, so they got extra money in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me. I've never been the type of guy that wants to steal from nobody, because I don't want nobody stealing from me. And these kids, when they come to AAU, they trust these coaches that they're going to try to put them in a better position. Nothing's ever guaranteed within AAU, and I let my players know that all the time. Like, nothing's guaranteed from this, but you got a guy right here that generally cares about you, ain't going to waste your time, ain't going to waste your money. I know your parents is banking on this as well, because I can understand the feeling of when I was in it, my dad was banking on me to make it through AAU. Like, I definitely, with me, I have pure intentions with this. And I would say I've came across a lot of people who don't have pure intentions when it comes to AAU. They just think money, man. Like, there were people that would really have you come to tryouts, already have their team set up, tell you to come to tryout, you try out, you go back home, you already paid your money, and they'll give you that phone call like, hey, you ain't make it. And then you come to find out, you go back or you see that team playing at a tournament or whatever, all those guys that you've seen there were still, that I'm saying, weren't trying out, happened to be on the team while you and a bunch of other people did try out, put in your money and got nothing back in return. I've seen it before. I've seen it.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I was recently listening to Michael Beasley talk. He said when he was in AAU, coaches would pocket about 10 grand or more.
Yup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
you wouldn't even see a dime of the shit.
Exactly what you're talking about.
So to even know that even here in Allentown that the same things can even happen.
Yes, it's definitely
$1,000, $10,000 is pretty crazy.
For sure, definitely. Like, I know, don't get me wrong. If you're playing for a national team, that is expensive because you're traveling to Alabama, Las Vegas, Colorado. You're going all over. So, hotels, the tournament itself, food, all that extra good stuff, that will come to about $1,000. I'm not doing those type of tournaments. And a lot of teams around here are not doing those type of tournaments. They keep it real regional. When I say regional, I mean like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. We're not going out to different states. I know a team out here right now, I'm not going to say no names, but I know a team out here right now that's charging kids $1,300 to play tournaments in Allentown.
Wow.
Get what I'm saying? $1,300.
That's another thing, too. Basketball has become a rich kid's sport, a rich person's sport.
Yes.
Like you said, just to join these leagues and programs, parents are having to pay these exuberant amounts of money.
Yes.
When we see the league now, it's a lot of players that come from wealth.
Yes, exactly.
What do you think is a way that we can get people from the grassroots areas, from the regional areas? What's the best way to get them these opportunities to get a little farther?
Number one, you gotta work with somebody that really trusts it, really believes in you. That's what I would say, not trust, really believes in you, right? Because the person that really believes in you, such as myself, they're gonna want to put you in those type of scenarios where you can get seen by scouts. Because it depends what tournaments you go to. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of different tournaments come with different scouts. Some tournaments come with a lot of scouts. Some tournaments come with none. So you got to put yourself with somebody that generally has the connections to put you in those spaces and then wants to really see you thrive in those spaces. That's probably the best way I can answer that, brother. So you want to put yourself into somebody that really trusts you, not trusts you, believes in you, and wants to put you in those spaces. But it definitely comes with connections, bro, because AAU, it's gatekeeping city, bro. Like, people gatekeep that certain tournaments, tournament prices, anything, trying to get uniforms, it doesn't matter. It's all gatekeeping. They try to keep it to themselves. And like I said, nowadays, coaches will take certain kids and put them in positions to where they can be in those, high-valued environments, such as like a bunch of scouts, right? But then there's some coaches that will literally, like I said, take it to tournaments in Allentown, man, but there's not one scout there charging you all types of money, man, for nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so with that, you brought up a little bit about keeping it real with your players. Sometimes being a young man growing up, you think you're the nicest, and you're supposed to think that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes kids might get it in over their head. Not too many kids make it. Like I got here, only about 6% make it to college. 2% actually go D1. A lot of kids by 75, by the age of 13. They get burnt out from AAU because it's such a grind.
Yes.
What are some ways you prepare them for the grind where they're still having fun and still have their life? And how do you keep it real with them that not everybody's going to make it?
Ooh, okay. So, let's start off with keeping it fun. Well, I'll start off with this. So I don't work my players out every single day of the week. I understand because a lot of these players are coming from the high school season straight into AAU.
Right.
So, you don't want to cause no injury. So my thing is I like to rotate the weeks. So like 1 week we'll do like 3 practices. Another week we'll do 4 practices. And it just switches back and forth. I don't want to put too much on the players, but I do like because in the beginning of the season we started off with 2 practices. I'm like, man, there's people out here that's working 7 days a week, man. There's no way that we're going to be able to just practice 2 days a week and y'all going to be able to get where y'all want to get to. So we up the practices, but I don't do it every day because I don't want to burn them out. And then when it comes to length, say like 2.5 hours, we would do the practices for maybe 3 hours. But they're very intense though. For those 2.5 to 3 hours is very intense. And then what was the second question you said?
How do you keep it real with them that not everybody's going to make it to that next level?
So the best way I could tell them is I'm the example. I thought that I was going to the league when I was younger. Reality hit. I ain't make it to the league. So I use myself as for a lot of examples with these players. I tell them all the time, like, don't let it discourage you. But the NBA, I think it's only 400, not 100. 1,000, 4,000, 5,000 people made the league total, and this league
is history.
And it's been around for years, right? So that just goes to show you right there, it's slim to none for you to get into that league. When it comes to going to D1 colleges, like you said, 6%. That is very true, because nowadays, in my opinion, I feel like these D1 schools only want to check out kids that are in these, like I said, high-valued environments, such as AAU, Adidas circuits, Nike circuits, Puma circuits, And for a lot of kids, when I tell them, like, hey, when you're not... Hold on, let me run that back real quick. Hold on, they say I just messed up.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all right. Come together.
That's right. So what I was saying was, when it comes to those circuits, right? If you're not in those type of circuits, the chances are already slim to none for you to make it to the league, right? So I tell these players all the time, enjoy the process, always give it your all, and always think plan B, right? And no one ever wants to hear plan B. Everyone wants to go with plan A all the time. But living in reality, plan A ain't gonna happen all the time. I had to learn that myself, and sometimes you have to go plan C, D, E. It doesn't matter. But I always tell these players, enjoy the process, enjoy the brotherhood that you get to make with these players, enjoy the memories. But it might not happen for you at the next level. It might not happen. Some coaches, they look for a specific type. You may not be what they're looking for. Some coaches like to go with height. A lot of players nowadays, if you're under 6 foot, man, it's already slim for you to get into the league. You get what I'm saying? And then, high schoolers, I know it kind of really messes them up. Centers. I'm big on this. Centers. You will have centers that are like 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". These kids are playing center, right?
Right.
They go to college, they're only used to playing center. No one prepares them to play guard going to the next level. So that kind of hinders a lot of kids too. And especially when you get to the senior level and that's all you knew, and then you're trying to transition to the next level, that's when I hit them with the reality, like, hey, man, unless you switch your game and you transition from center to a guard, you're probably not going to make it. And it sucks to hear. And the way that I say, I'm very blunt with how I say things. I don't like to sugarcoat things, because I don't like people to sugarcoat things to me. My dad was never like that. He told you straight up what it was, and if you ain't like it, too bad. That's how the world works. So I tell them the same thing. Never rude, never harsh or nothing on them, but a subtle reality.
Just being very real with them.
For sure.
So, next question I had.
I've been rambling so much. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. This is all good information that people are going to be able to listen to.
Right.
So with that, what are some of the things some of the developmental things that you go through with your team as far as like character things, mental?
Okay. That's a good question. Can I get an example? What do you mean by that exactly?
So, like you said you talk to them. Well, like, what are some of the traits that you go through practices to prepare them to be professionals?
Oh, okay, gotcha. So basically, more so, first of all, respecting the coach. Mm-hmm. You always want to give respect, no matter where you go. You give respect. I'm a big advocate on. Some people be like, "Oh, I'll give you respect when you show me respect." I'm not like that. Respect comes out the door. That's how I see it. So, because that's how you present yourself. The first impression is everything. And I always tell these players that when you're in front of a scout, in front of a college coach, in front of somebody that could just put you onto a business move, you always want to be respectful. That's one thing I always tell these players, because sometimes they go at it with each other. And I'm like, hey, you got to be respectful, man, because y'all are brothers at the end of the day. And mind you, when you're playing in front of people, right, just using the AAU for example, when you're playing in front of people and you're arguing and you're cursing and you're being rude and you're shunning the rest, people are watching. And that's an impression where it's like, I can't work with that kid, or that kid's not going nowhere. And you don't want people to think that way. So I always tell them, have a good first impression and always be respectful. Another thing, I always tell them, realize when you're in the moment. And that's something I didn't learn until later on in life. But realize when you're in the moment. What I mean by that is, you ever been in those type of scenarios where you have a decision to make, you make a decision, right? Probably didn't think of too much. Just went with that one decision, right? And then you think later on, it's like, damn, I should have went with the other decision. I should have never did that. That's why I always tell them, live in the moment. When it comes to picking a school you want to go to, when it comes to who you surround yourself with, when it comes to anything in life, always live in the moment. Realize where you're at, the possibilities of what could happen, and choose the best possibility that works for you. I always stress that to them. Do what's best for you. Now, don't do it in a fashion where it can affect anybody else. But do what's best for you at the end of the day, because that's what matters. You came into this world alone. You're going to exit this world alone. So that's something I like to preach along to my players as well. And then the last thing I would say, actually, that's it. I'll leave it right there. I'll leave it right
So, what's
I'm
the
so
next?
nervous, by the way. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm nervous.
Be very comfortable, man. Like I said, man, I'm trying to get to how can you say, like a complex type of level, but right now we all trying to get there. So.
I got you.
Even sometimes when I meet people, I can get nervous.
Right, I feel that.
So, what's next for Only the Thorough? What do you plan to take? Do you want to go national?
Yes, 100%. So that's definitely the goal. The goal is, so right now we're a regional team. So they have local, regional, and national, right? So local, pretty much staying in Allentown, Bethlehem, things like that. Regional, you're moving out a little bit. You're going to Philly. We just came back from Reading 2 weeks ago. We go to Jersey 2 weeks from now. We go to Philly in the summertime. So that's regional. You're staying within the coast, but you're traveling along the coast. So like I said, New York, Jersey, Delaware, stuff like that. National, that's when you're going out to different states. But you'll also be playing in circuits that you're sponsored by. To be a national team, you have to be sponsored. Nike, Puma, Adidas, New Balance, and Under Armour. Those are the 5, right? So if you want to be national, you got to get sponsored. To get sponsored, I know there's a lot of qualifications you have to hit, but I know one of them is that you have to have a certain amount of wins. Certain amount of tournament wins. As of right now, we're looking good. We got 2 tournament wins out of the last 3 in the last 3 weeks. So as of right now, we're trending in the right direction for sure. Okay. We have a circuit coming up this weekend as well. Pretty sure there's going to be a lot of scouts there, so that's something to look forward to as well.
Can you see yourself maybe put in enough work? You take your coaching to another level.
Yes,
above
100%. 100%. So my thing is, how I envisioned this was, I want to be able to carry this out as long as I can doing it myself, right? Whenever an opportunity presents itself, whether it's college, whether it's high school, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm not going under high school. Like anything under high school not that I can't coach kids, but I'll be honest, my patience is real thin.
Just with the maturity of high school, it's a little easier to deal with.
Right?
Okay.
So I definitely would say high school, college, or even pro. Whether that's overseas, that's the NBA. That is my plan. I always wanted to be a player. The player didn't work out, but I have not to toot my own horn or nothing, but I think my IQ is very, very sharp. I would say I have a very sharp IQ, especially when it comes to the game, that I feel like I could definitely move up in the ranks and I could see myself doing that. So then when I get to that point, I'll talk to a couple players, as they grow older, maybe they might want to do their own thing with AAU. Hey, come run my program for me. You know what I'm saying? And keep it going, right? I want this thing to last years. Like, this is a never-ending thing beyond me. Like, even when my time go, I still want this thing to keep going.
All right, show off the shirt a little bit. Show them the shirt.
Only the Thorough. It's the coach's shirt right now. We're going to be putting out more for people to buy and stuff. As of right now, it's a coach's shirt. You know what I'm saying? Just show you I'm real legit. You know what I'm saying? Real legit what I got going on. But yeah, this is at first when we did it, it was just a man at first. Shania, you'll see her in a little bit. She's the one that gave me the idea to add the girls because we have girl players as well, which I feel like it made a great touch to the shirt, honestly. As a matter of fact, I see it right there.
Right there. Okay, so we were going to get her in here.
Right.
Real quick, NBA playoffs going right now.
Yes.
Tonight, who you going for? I believe it's Lakers, Rockets.
Yep.
Pistons, Magic. And Rockets are Raptors, Cavs.
So I'm going to say LA not closing it out tonight. Rockets going to get another one. Rockets going to get another win. They're going to take it to 3-2. Cleveland and Toronto. What's the series right now, if you know?
I believe it's 2-2.
2-2? All right, so where we at? We at Toronto with it or we at Cleveland?
I believe Toronto. I ain't gonna lie, that's the one series I've been like,
yeah. I'm going to go Cleveland for Game 5. Now, this one's going to shock you. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan.
Right.
So I have no choice but to go with the Detroit Pistons. And I'm not going to lie to you, man.
They've been looking funny in the light.
It's looking over, man. It looks like it's done, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, Cade disappears in the fourth quarter. Jalen Duren hasn't played at all. Like, he's just not there. He's like a walking cone, I like to say. He's just not there. And we're getting exposed in the playoffs, man. We got no spacing. We got no second shot creator. Like, we're just looking bad right now, man. Honestly, a fake number 1 seed is what they call it.
And for the championship, who you got going for it all?
I would love to say Detroit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be us. So I would say if I had to choose who I want to win the chip, if it wasn't going to be Detroit, I would want it to be the Lakers. Honestly, I got to see LeBron. I want to see LeBron beat Jordan in the rings. I believe he can do it. You get one in LA this year, He go back to Cleveland next year. He get him number 6. He tied at that point. It's a toss-up.
Now that's a lot.
Right.
Lakers my team, so I want them to win too.
Right.
If not the Lakers, the Spurs. The Spurs have been playing very great.
I feel
Just
that.
got the Blazers out of here last night.
All right, they just clinched it,
Yep.
right?
So they're playing very well.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't sleep on Minnesota.
Minnesota's
Can't
looking
sleep
good
on
too,
Minnesota.
but with the injuries with Ant and
Right.
DiVincenzo,
Oh yeah, he's out for the
I want
season,
them
right?
to at least get past the Nuggets. If they
Yeah,
get at
for
least
sure.
get past the Nuggets, I'll be fine with that.
Definitely. That's a real rivalry between them two, though, for sure. Real rivalry.
You got a game coming up anytime soon? Anything you want to promote that's coming up?
Yes. So this Saturday we are playing in our first AAU circuit. That is different from an AAU tournament. A little bit more competition. Now, a lot more competition. More scouts should be there than the average AAU tournament. It's going to be at Eastside Youth Center, Allentown, PA. My first game is at 11. I'll be honest with you, can't remember off the top of my head what the rest of our games are, but our first one is at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. That's going to be our first circuit. After that, we have a week off because like I said, we went 4 weeks straight with tournaments. We just did the AFBE in the beginning, first tournament, won that one. Did another AFBE tournament. We had lost that one. Only reason why we lost, and I got to keep mentioning this to people when I say it to them. So there's 4 games in the AFBE tournament. We lost 3 of them by 5 points or less, and I was missing 4 to 6 players the whole entire tournament. So that wasn't bad to me. To only lose by 5 with a little bit amount of people wasn't bad. Last game though, we got blown out by 20. Shout out Team Jenkins. Y'all did us right. And then the last tournament we just won, Love Day Hoops tournament. Very, very, very much competition. Very much competitive. And we had won that. We only lost 1 game. I think we lost by like 5, if I'm not mistaken. And then we just went on from there and just won the whole thing out. So, other than that, you can check out the Only the Thorough page. This is how you would spell Only the Thorough. Right. And then you would just put _ AAU basketball, and we have our schedule posted up right on there with all our tournaments that we'll be doing. I'm not sure. I don't know if you ever heard of Juneteenth.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, brother.
So we're going to be joining Juneteenth this year. Boys and girls will be joining Juneteenth this year. We're looking to knock some people off in that tournament, man. We got to come home with that. There's somebody there, a good friend of mine, somebody there, Job Pop, won his last 4 tournaments in a row there. Coming and looking to knock you off this year, man. I'm going to be very honest with you.
Okay, that's what it is. I should have said the whole schedule for me because, editing, got
Right.
promote a little bit. This video will be coming out very soon.
Very soon.
It's been Space Station Conversations with your boy, Lamar Spacely, Coach Shy. It's been a pleasure, my boy.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
I got to come to a game, too,
For
man.
sure,
I want to see
come
y'all
out
work.
this weekend, man. Come
Definitely.
out this weekend for sure. I'll send you the schedule and all that, so
All
you
right,
come
bet,
out.
bet.
Say no more.
All right. Until next time,
Until next time.
we out.